Hey everyone, my name is Chris Anderson, and I'm about to run the Flying Pig Half Marathon. Let's see what happens to my body over 13 miles of running. Let's go for a run. Let me be real with you. I was not, in fact, ready to go run a half marathon. Running a distance that far takes a lot of training. You don't just pop off the couch and go run for 13 miles straight. And even if you could, that doesn't mean you should. Running a distance of 13 miles without your body being ready for it is a recipe for injury. I wanted to know how to get ready for my race, and I had questions on how my body runs in the first place. Luckily, Dr. Jeff Taylor Haas, a physical therapist at Children's Hospital, was willing to help me out. Hey Jeff.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good, man. Thanks for inviting me down here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for coming.
So, how is my body able to run?
Running's a fascinating thing that we do as humans. You know, running is really controlled skipping. So we land on one leg, we fly through the air, and then we land on another leg. And we do that step after step, mile after mile. And it's a controlled fall. And that's how we run.
So we're almost falling between each steps.
You're right. Yeah, we fall, and our bodies have to control that fall. So our muscles, our tendons, and our bones, they work in synergy together to control the fall, absorb energy, and then release that energy to push us into the air.
So how am I able to move forward? Because when I imagine I'm running, I'm pushing down with my muscles. How do I go forward then?
That's right. So when we push down on the ground, our calf muscles and our foot muscles, they hit the ground and they actually exert a force against the ground that exceeds the force of gravity pushing us down, and we're able to fly up into the air.
So we're kind of pushing against the ground. The ground's almost pushing us forward.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, we're using the ground as a lever to push ourselves forward.
So how do you measure all of these things on our body?
Well, the cool thing that we have here at Cincinnati Children's is we have the ability to do 2D and 3D running data analysis. So I'm actually able to put markers on you and turn you into a skeleton stick figure.
Oh.
And we look at that and we can measure how you move in all three planes of movement.
That's all. Well, I've always wanted to be have an animated character.
Well, you're going to get to do that today. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'll follow you. I'm really excited.
All right, let's head over this way. All right, well, Chris, what we're going to do now, we're going to put some markers on you.
Okay.
So what we're doing, we're putting markers on your joints, and then the 3D software is going to turn you from a human into a stick figure skeleton. But step one is we have to put markers on your joints.
All right, well, let's do it.
All right, so I have these little reflective markers, and the 3D cameras, what they're going to do is they're going to see the marker, and it's going to reflect infrared light back to the cameras, and that is how they identify your body in space, and that's how they're going to turn you into a skeleton that we then use to measure your running mechanics.
Very cool.
They have to go on your knees, and they have I'll even offer you a towel.
Oh, man.
Great service we have here.
They don't even do that on airlines anymore. So, Jeff, what does this analysis tell us a little bit about how I run?
One of the things I'm looking at is I'm looking at how your trunk leans forward while you run. That's a really efficient way to run because as we lean forward, it enables us to make our energy move forward instead of up and down. Because the more energy we have to move forward, the more efficient we can be as we run. The second thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at how your feet interact with the ground, because that gives me a sense of where the pressures are in your body. So you have a lot of pressure under your forefoot as you run, and your Achilles and your calf. So if you came to me and said, you know, Jeff, I'm having pain in my calf, I could look at the way you're running and saying, okay, this running style puts a little bit more stress on your calf and Achilles, so here are some exercises to prepare your body to run with less discomfort there. And finally, I'm just looking at your arm position. making sure that your hands aren't clenched too tightly, because that can make the muscles of your neck sore while you're running. And no one wants to have that happen while they're running. There's probably no one best way to run. We all run based on the way that our bodies are shaped, based on our age, and even based on our sex. We have different running mechanics between men and women and boys and girls.
Okay, well that'll certainly help, because I'm sure I'll be tired by the end of my half marathon.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's a normal feeling. And right about the time you get really tired, you're done, and then you get to celebrate.
Well, that's fun. Well, Jeff, thanks so much for bringing me down here. I certainly learned a lot about how I run and how to get ready for the half marathon, and now all I need to do is train.
Absolutely, it was great having you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah. All great journeys begin with one step, and I knew if I trained hard from the get-go, I would get hurt. I'm not ready to run up these steps, and I'm certainly not ready to run the flying pig. I gotta start small and slowly work my way up to run a farther and farther distance. So that's what I did. I got myself a pair of running shoes. All right, got a new pair of shoes. Oh yeah, right there, looking good. And it is a beautiful day, so I'm gonna go put these babies on, go for a little run. And I started running. A little at first, and the more I ran, the stronger I got. Each week, I could run a little further than before, and a little faster. Now, I'll admit, some runs were harder than others, and some days it was really tough to get started. But I kept at it. I did a ton of stretching. All right, first run for the flying pig of the year. 2 miles in, feel good. Good way to get started. Starting small, work our way up. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Feel good. Getting ready for that pig. Woo! And eventually I could run the entire 13.1 miles for the half marathon and feel pretty good afterwards. I could even run up those art museum steps. All right, it's been about 3 months of running a couple days a week. I've done long runs and I've done hill workouts. I've done easy runs to make sure I can recover, and I've done a lot of yoga to keep my muscles nice and healthy. Race day's next week, and I think I'm about as ready as I'm ever gonna be. Race is about to start. Let's do it.
2, 1.
Okay, 3 miles in. Feel good so far. Let's keep it going. We're doing the hill next. That's right. Big time. Let's do it. It's gonna be tough, but it's good. Top of the hill. Long stretch, here we go. It was tough. That hill is no joke, but it was a lot of fun. The crowds are great. Everyone's cheering you on, and I did it. You could just make running an everyday part of your life, and you don't have to do a hard workout every day. It can just be something fun you do. It keeps you healthy. You can do it with friends. It's just a lot of fun. Hey, running is a great way to stay in shape. And there's lots of events here at the Flying Pig. There's a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, even a full marathon. If you want to train for one of these races, make sure you talk to a coach or check out the Flying Pig website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Science Around Cincy. Ugh, man, you running the pig this year? I know, I gotta stretch beforehand. Otherwise, I'll just get way too stiff, you know? Man, this conversation's a little dead.